Got it.
All right. Hey, everybody, what's happening? What's up, sex machine? Hey, welcome to another fun-filled, exciting episode of This Is the Future.
Unfortunately.
Fucking A. The longer we do this show, the more that title's just it suits.
I know, it's like real.
We bought this title, damn it. Yeah, ever since the pandemic, it's just been depressing. Yo, man, not to sound like a beat, like I'm really having struggles here. I was in the grocery store today, and I told the guy packing shit out. I was like, I had maybe like 4 things in my cart, and I was in there for like fucking half an hour, and I see this dude packing shit in the freezer aisle, and I'm like, I said, dude, if these prices get any higher, everyone's gonna be looking like my skinny ass in this town. And he was just like, he started laughing. He's like, yeah, that'd be pretty fucking bad. I was like, hey, easy. Like, but it's true. And I'm not buying more groceries. This shit is crazy. You have to have 3 jobs to eat like that. Like, that sucks. This is like 2 for $10. Like, go fuck yourself, granola bars.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm serious. Like, I know this is like the second episode in a row that we're bitching about grocery prices, but the fuck.
All right, well, I just have to say, like, I'm still flabbergasted. Like, everywhere I look now, not just like any food in general. You're like, whoa, wait a minute, is that $20 for lunch for one person? Like, the fuck is going on here? I know why. It's just.
No, it's
getting tougher, man. Like, fuck me.
Like money for a fucking sandwich and some fries, you know, like
it's the same. And those portions are smaller, man. I know because I can finish my meals now. So something's up. I'm on a forced diet. So we want to do a status update really quick for all the people watching. You'll notice that Alex should look a hell of a lot clearer than he usually does because he's been forced to use his smartphone to do the show today. And the reason he was forced, tell him why, Alex.
Because Apple fucking sucks. Don't ever spend any money on an Apple product. Don't do what I did, kids, and fuck your life up on Apple products. Go to school and buy another one that's not this one. You know, it's fucking. So we log on to try to record. Tony usually sends me a link, and he sends me a link probably like 5 minutes early or whatever, so I could get my lazy ass upstairs and do all that. And so I'm on time. I'm like working, and I'm like, Tony, this fucking computer, I want to throw it against the wall. And it turns out I just needed to do an update and an OS, update thing. And so I start to do it thinking it'll be like 10 minutes. And there's an hour remaining, it says, which is bullshit because about 3 minutes ago it said 2 hours remaining. Like, what the fuck?
It doesn't know.
I want to go up to Steve Jobs like fucking grave and shake him, just fucking shake his fucking.
He's got to be dust by now because he was brittle when he was alive. He was a fruitarian. He didn't take care of himself very well. He just ate fruit. That's all he ate. So
trust a guy that only eats fruit. What a fucking asshole.
Hey, he was dedicated. He was an apple man and he ate fucking fruit. Is that how he came up with it? He's like, well, there's a half-eaten apple. There's my logo. Bang.
Oh, I got full. I took one bite of an apple because I'm a fruitarian. You fucking.
Dude, all I can tell you is like so many people use Apple for work. It's just insane to me, like to be like, sorry, boss, software update. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, what the fuck?
Right. But it's like, if I get a new phone that's not an Apple product, I feel like I have to that I can't use my computer because they're not gonna fucking sync up. So it's like I'm trapped. I have to I have to start all over.
That's the whole point of Apple, is that you're in the Apple universe, and so you buy Apple everything.
It's like being in a fucking gang. If I want out, I have to. Their fucking Apple's gonna come kick my ass. You know,
The only thing, like customers ask me all day long, like, well, why do you use an Android? Be like, because when I went to buy a smartphone, that's what I could afford. So if you're saying that Android people are poor, you're right. At least they used to be. Back when, iPhone doesn't really, Apple doesn't really wiggle on their prices. They didn't used to. But
well,
in any case,
a phone, the Apple phone, the one I got was the cheap one.
what, the one you're on now?
When I first started using Apple products,
Oh yeah, I get you.
It was fun, and then ever since then, I get a new phone. They offer me a new iPhone.
Yeah, because you use Android. I mean, you use Apple, right?
Yeah, and over the pandemic, when I bought my laptop, I went to go buy a laptop, and this one was on sale, and it was a brand new one too, or a year old or something, and I don't know, it was a decent price for a computer.
They make good shit. There's nothing. I mean, honestly, it's Android gets software updates too. They're not terrible products. What I don't like about Apple is simple. It's Apple or nothing, like you said. And with Android, there are competitors out there. You can choose between Samsung and Google and et cetera, et cetera. And with that, usually you can, it's just nice to have options. But I don't feel there's a lot of options with Apple. But what's really crazy is just how Apple's got into everybody's heads, and like people who are trendy are like, oh my God, his text messages are coming in green, ew, or whatever the problem is. And I'm like, yeah, that's right, bitch, I'm a nasty motherfucker.
You fucking are.
My shit's gonna come in purple, you know what I'm saying? Fuck everybody, I don't care. But yeah. Did you have a fun week?
Yes, I did. So I'm doing something that's a little out of character, I think, for myself. Is my bar has like a softball league, so I joined it, and I'm gonna play.
Nice.
And it's like a beer league. It's nothing serious. Like one of the things that they like bring is, they bring the league bring, you get a jersey. They bring some equipment. And then every game they have like a case full of beer and stuff. So you're drinking and playing on a league. That's like the whole point. So I'm probably gonna die. But so one of the people that is like the coach or whatever is my friend Scott, my neighbor.
Yeah.
I live on a fucking TV show.
Come and knock on my door. Hey, Willie.
I do. That's my life. But so I was like, man, I don't even know the rules of baseball or softball. I've never played. Like, I was like, I think the last time I swung a bat is when I was a teenager and I was threatening someone with it. I think that's the last time. That's a joke, or not. But it was like, I don't think I've ever swung a bat at a ball. I can't remember doing that.
Yeah.
Gym class in school. So we went to the batting cages on Friday, and it was fucking fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And now, like, my right forearm, the jack off muscles, which that's not who does.
Yeah, you do the arm and the whole arm and shoulder thing. Yeah. Hammer fist.
Yeah, because my dick is this long.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, because it's on a hose reel.
Yeah. So we did the batting cages, and it's like today is the first day since Friday that my arm isn't sore as fuck. Like the last like 2 days, I was starting to think, I was like yesterday and Sunday, I was like, did I pull a muscle or something? This fucking hurts. This arm, it's the arm that like follows through, like,
right.
Swinging, I guess I ended like this, and so
right.
I swung probably like, I don't know, close to 100 times. I'm sure. I don't know. I felt like it. I was tired.
How many balls did you hit? Like 5?
Well, I mean, I want to give myself, that much credit, but Yeah, man. I don't know if have you ever been to a batting cage?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, it's fun. I was like, why is this so much fun? I'm having a good time.
Well, and it's easier with softballs. They're a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
especially if you're trying to focus with drunk eyes, it's nice.
Right.
Absolutely. That's cool, man. When's your first, we have like practices, or are you just going to go out there and start playing? Figure it out.
No practices. That's this league so like, I don't know, shitty. Like no practices, nothing. Just like there's probably gonna be like one glove. Everyone's gonna share it, you know. I think it's just if like I was told that like the last year that they played softball because of the pandemic, the last time, so like 2 years ago or whatever, however long ago it was, our the wedge head record, softball record was 1-9 because we played like 10 games.
Damn.
We won one game.
I'm gonna come to that. I gotta buy tickets for that show. Fuck.
And our jerseys, they're jerseys and they're like pink mesh tank tops. And they're like, he only got one size, and I put it on. I'm like, this is way too fucking small. Are you kidding me? You got mediums across the board. They're pink, they're mesh tank tops. So I'm like, you know what? Just to punish everyone, I'm not gonna wear a shirt underneath this. I'm just wearing a pink tight mesh tank top. I'll do it. You know it.
Fucking sports bra.
Basically what it is.
That's fucking funny. Must have been on discount. He walked into the place. He's like, I'm on a low budget. What did you say? I'm on a low budget.
That's probably what it was.
Just need 10 shirts for free. Okay.
I'm sure that's what is. You're not wrong. I don't think.
So I mean, how else? Why would you do that if you cared?
But I'm excited to do it. It'll be fun.
Oh fuck
fun.
yeah. That would be fun. I wish like something like that would be something that we should do for. I don't want to be work related. It would just be cool to be on like something like that after, I always sucked at sports. So maybe I'd be a little better just because, I'm still in shape. Maybe that helps. Maybe that helps like being over 40. If you're still in shape, you get better at sports, even if you sucked. Just because you can run all the bases. He's a good runner. Like he can get there.
Yeah, you might do that, but you might also hurt yourself.
Fuck yeah! I'm not sliding or anything. I mean, this isn't a league of their own. I'm not going for it. It's not going to happen. That would be funny if everybody wore skirts though. Like they're in the skirt, Tony. Ah!
Oh, we're already wearing pink tight mesh tank tops. Might as well wear a skirt and some leggings. I'll do it. Fuck it, I don't care. I like the party.
You should come up with a cool name for everybody, like Ass-tastic Alex.
Pull that out of nowhere.
Coming to the plate, it's Ass-tastic Alex.
Got to write that one down, Tony.
I will. I had to call another department the other day when I'm on the phone at work. And this woman, I just needed some bullshit so I could move on through my miserable job that day. And she was like, oh my God, are you on the radio? I was like, no, I'm on the phone. And she starts laughing and she's like, no, you sound like a disc jockey. I was like, thanks for telling me I should be poor. And she's like, you sound like a mix of someone on the radio and Johnny Depp. And I was like, would you please get me what I need? Like, hurry the fuck up. Let's go. She's like, I just never, I was like, you need to get out, honey. Like, seriously, it's not. He's in court and I work for this company. So let's go. But it was just crazy. She took like the first 5 minutes of my time. I'm like, hey, I got someone over here who wants to buy 10 ounces of Coke from me. We got to get going. Come on, chip. Yeah, but I keep hearing shit like that. There should be an announcer. I'm like, they don't make any money, right? Like,
right.
Like who does that for fun? Be like, I do the announcing for middle school volleyball games. Really, working my way up that ladder.
That is someone's dad that they sucker into doing it. That's who does
Fuck
that.
that. I do think it would be fun to be an announcer, but like seriously, like if I was going to be an announcer, I wouldn't want to be like I would want to get paid. I think it'd be neat to be like some old fuck who like announced for like the Red Sox or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that'd be awesome. And people are retiring and dying, so we'll see. You know, I'll hold out. But I thought that was kind of straight. I was like, how? I mean, it was flattering, but then it was like, because she was like, you sound like you're on the radio, and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, tune into W. And she's like, oh my god. And I was like, I couldn't stop. I was like, let me try another one. Like, this is fun. The poor customers sitting over there chewing on their nails and shit. Like, fuck. Am I gonna get credit? Ah, shit. And I'm over here like, ladies and bless you.
Thank you, Father.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ. You sound like Alf.
I know. I sneeze like I've been to war. Whew. You ever?
Got sinuses in the war.
Yeah, you ever hear like an old grandpa that like did like went to World War II or something, the way he sneezes, like, hey, shoo, get off my lawn.
He's sneezing like they already won the war, because you don't sneeze like that when you're in combat. You get shot in the head.
Yeah. Well, at least we got him to shut up.
Right. That's cool, man. Well, I hope you score a bunch of touchdowns. That'll be great.
I'll make a lot of baskets. How's your week? How are you?
I'm good, man. It was cool. I think probably the funnest thing that I did was I went with my parents to see the new Top Gun movie in IMAX.
Oh yeah, how was it?
They're saying it broke all these box office records and made a shitload of money. They swung for the fences as far as the film goes. Fucking, if you liked the first one, he did a great job of putting those two together. Just a great fucking American film. That's all there is to it. People are gonna tear it apart, but people who that's it. It was like a 2.5 hour movie. It felt like 30 minutes. It was great. And the footage was awesome. And you think you would know how it was going to end. You were like, this fucker's going to die. They're both going to die. Everybody's going to die. And then you're like, oh, okay, that happened. So really did a really good job. But Mr. Tom Cruise, he's been making a fuck ton of movies. But they're saying this is the most money he's made in an opening weekend, and he broke box office records. So I'm not the only one who thought it was decent. Definitely. I mean, IMAX was cool to see it, but something I've learned about IMAX theaters, these days when you get a movie ticket, you reserve your seat, but not in an IMAX theater. And I kind of figured out why, I guess. I still don't know if it makes a ton of sense, but they make you all wait outside and then they let you in like they used to be. And then everyone floods towards the middle because that's center screen. On an IMAX, it's floor to ceiling all the way across, and you definitely sit on one end. I don't know why they put seats on the edges. I have no fucking idea, because nobody wants to look at the side of someone's face the whole movie. That would just be weird. But yeah, other than that, if you go see it in IMAX, get there early.
Okay, good advice. I can't remember what movie I seen in IMAX. When did that come about? When was that new?
IMAX?
Yeah.
I feel like that came around I feel like it came around like 2000s.
Yeah.
That's because I was in the military and I think I might have remembered going to one, but it was mainstream, definitely mainstream within the last 10 to 15 years, not any longer than that.
Yeah. So relatively new, but not super old.
Maybe 20 years of technology. I could be wrong, but I mean, I think I saw the only other movie I saw in IMAX I can remember was The Polar Express, because I ran that on, I don't know, but yeah. But they also do 3D movies, but I don't like 3D. That's stupid.
It's a little like fucking, I'm already high. Fucking leave me alone.
Well, those glasses, they say they dry your eyes out. And I'm like, well, I'm already there, so I don't need this shit. But you're really high if you take the glasses off and you can see clearly. You're like, oh. Because it's supposed to be really blurry, but you know, maybe your eye, maybe you needed glasses if you take those off and you're like, whoa, I can see clearly. The only thing I saw in 3D that was any good, I think, was Jurassic Park.
Right.
They did that for a minute. That was
Yeah.
neat.
That's a movie that I could see it being kind of cool in 3D, you know, like you got all the fucking dinosaurs and shit coming at you. You know, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing like having a real dinosaur come at you, which I want to do for my birthday, but
I've had that happen, man. She was gnarly.
How was your ex, by the way?
And
Oh, that's funny.
hopefully fossils.
Fuck like fossils. Give me the big bone. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, not a whole hell of a lot, but you know, cool. I'm getting to come out to Oregon like within a week.
Nice.
So, we'll see.
Pretty in a week, huh? All right.
Yeah, next Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Yeah. I'm trying to get out there before they're saying in the state of Washington gas prices will hit $10 a gallon. So I'm just trying to get out there. I want to get a picture of it, but I want to get a picture of the sign. That's why I'm going out there. I'm taking pictures of gas prices.
That's Tony G's new little thing he's
right. What are you guys bitching about? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You can get the best fucking pictures of gas prices ever. This is fantastic. Just don't drive to them. That's all.
Yeah, man. Fuck, that's so expensive. $10 a gallon.
Well, I mean, yeah, I asked Jessie, I said, how much is it now? Because she was like, when you're out here, we'll help you with gas. And I was like, well, how much is it? She's like, $6 a gallon. I was like, yeah, that's all right. Just start saving up your cans. We'll figure it out.
$6 a gallon. I used to go, I remember like when I was like 20 or something, like, you know, 21, I used to go to the gas. I was poor and I was a stupid, you know, 20-year-old, and all I would go to the gas station and I'd be like $10, you know,
Yeah.
give the person like, and then just like throw dollars at them. And then like now it's like getting like a small amount of gas, like that $5 or $10, like just $10, you know, that is like the equivalent of saying I'll have $40, you know.
No, it is. Yeah. In my car, in a 4-cylinder car, traditionally it would be $40 to fill up a gallon of gas. For a 6-cylinder, traditionally about 60. And for an 8-cylinder, it was 80 and up. That's no shit. Like for those, the gas price, I don't give a fuck, whatever. Like that's in my mind, it was usually right around there for the last 20 years. That's always like $40 usually fills up a tank. Now it's a half tank for me. So it's like, fuck. And I'm not going to sit here and like start like hemming and hawing about who's responsible. I'll just say this. I don't really give a fuck who's responsible, but somebody is. Okay. I'm not saying it's this person or that person or you fucked up when you voted. I'm not that guy. I don't care about that shit, but somebody fucked up. Like, and it's not, well, everybody's in a shut the fuck up. Somebody did this shit and someone is collecting. That's all there is to it. The grocery stores, like there's someone's counting the money. Like, oh, this ain't bad. Fuck it. We're never going back down from this. Why would we? You know? It's like, fuck whoever's collecting, fuck you. How about that? That's what I'm saying. I don't give a shit who's responsible. If you're responsible, get fucked. Not cool, shit lips. Not cool. And I didn't have to join a side there. You see that, kids? I just said, fuck whoever's responsible. Makes it easy. Because then everyone else can say, God damn it, I know who's responsible. And I'm like, cool, I don't give a shit. Fuck them. I have other things to do. It's easy like that. You don't have to single anybody out. You don't have to blame people in their religion. You can just say, fuck whoever's responsible. Nice and easy. Because we can all get behind that. No one got a pay raise and shit's expensive. Now it kind of like, they're saying that the fuel prices actually went down 20 cents a gallon here for Memorial Day weekend. You know why?
Why?
Interestingly enough, they calculated that less people would be going on the road than they thought would, basically back to pandemic levels, not because of the pandemic, but now because of the fuel prices. So people are actually like, fuck that, I can't afford to drive. You know, it's getting there. That's what's funny about this is when people keep jacking the prices up on shit for whatever excuse you have. People eventually do have to respond. You know,
Yeah.
like financially, it's what's funny is most of our country, while we live in the great American shopping mall, we don't have any money. We're spending it all. We're suckers for advertising. We're all fucking broke. So it shows as soon as people are like, oh, can't afford to drive. Like, damn, that was easy. An extra $20 for a fill up and everybody's fucked. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So I'll be enjoying every mile I turn on the West Coast for this next week, just to you know, it's like fucking, and you can, it's like what, like 17 cents a mile? I don't know. However you work it out. Yeah, but it'll be fun anyway. So yeah, just trying to get out there before gas gets too crazy. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's it's like everything's going up, you know, food, whatever, gas, all of it. It's all
Right.
going up. And now at this point in my life, like I'm making, you know, I'm not making like a crazy amount of money, but I am making the most money I personally ever have. So now that I'm making the most money I personally ever have, I have to fucking give it away to people, the overpriced food and overpriced gas, you know.
Well, and that's
Just,
what they were saying. Like I made a decent, I finally got to the point where I make a decent living. Right now, I make just enough to not be on fucking food stamps.
right.
That's
Yeah.
all there is to it. And my rent is actually fairly priced in comparison to how much like you could get a 2-bedroom apartment like for fucking $2,000 in other places. I don't spend that much, but like that's like the going rate. So it's just crazy to me that society's like, hey, you're all gonna get a fucking break. We're gonna increase wages, and then it's like, da, 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 da. It's like fucking kidding. Everything's going through the roof. It's like, dude, do you guys want us to succeed or not? I mean, seriously.
No, no.
No, they just say that. Don't jerk me off. Just be like, hey, you see where you're at right now? Yeah, in life. Yeah, well, you're not getting past that. Like, okay, thanks. I'm not trying any fucking harder then. Fuck this. It's just stupid. And if you're
Yeah.
commission based, fuck that shit. Just whoop out the window. Pay me my hourly and kiss my ass. There's no point in trying harder, folks. They keep raising the bar. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, but I got a springboard. I can get up there. Like, up, the bar's going higher. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, well, that 1% needs to make sure they stay the 1%, kids. Okay.
Fucking A.
Like, god damn, man. Like, I don't, it's just bitching to bitch, but hey, I know everybody else is doing it too. It's either doing something fun or bitching about how much it costs to do it right now. So
Dude.
cheers.
Oh man. It's, I don't know. We're all fucked, but at least we're gonna be fucked together, huh? So
Amen
cheers.
to that. Yeah, just don't do I don't know what's cheap, but do that. Fuck. Yeah. But I don't know anything. I can't think of anything else. I did say this because we were talking about this before. I saw just a clip. I'm not following it, but I saw a clip where Johnny Depp was partying in England last night or some shit with Jeff Beck. Like they were doing covers. I laughed my ass off because you said we talked about Johnny Depp's band a few weeks ago, and you were
Yeah.
like, it's just a cover band. And then there's this big article. It says Johnny Depp went to England and is partying with Jeff Beck, and they're doing their band, and it just said they played Jimi Hendrix, The Who, and I was like, there's not any other cover band that I know of that can get a turnout like that.
You're just paying, you know, you're just paying to see Johnny Depp do karaoke. That's all you do.
But I mean, he brought on Jeff Beck, so the tickets are probably $100 a piece. So who knows? It's like, oh, you know what, Johnny? Let's go ahead and fucking do it, mate. Let's do covers. It's like, this is crazy. But what's awesome to me is Johnny's like, he's like, you know, they're deliberating right now. Like the jury's deliberating. I'm just gonna go to England real quick.
What?
He's got that shit in the bag. He's like, fuck this.
I'm going to England, but the trial's where, in California, probably?
Yes. He's like, just let me know as soon as you guys. But doesn't that mean when they deliberate, when they sit down, that it could take anywhere from like 30 minutes to days?
Yeah.
But I'm focusing more on the 30-minute part. Like, wait, we have a decision. And Johnny's like, sorry, I'm halfway to the UK. Can't turn around now. Fuel prices.
Yeah, I could go do some karaoke in fucking England.
All the states he flew over. He could have done karaoke in any one of them, but no, he had to go to England because Jeff wanted to party. God damn it, that's
If you-
funny. I mean, Jeff Beck, you know, it's like, yeah, I'll play with you, Johnny Depp. I mean, why?
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 Yeah.
Oh shit, Johnny's not known for being a musician, man. Like that's not when no one's ever said that motherfucker can play some licks. Maybe he can, but I mean, I've never gone to one of his karaoke nights. I don't know.
Well, I've seen some clips. I mean, he's not a bad guitar player. It sounds good. I don't think he's a bad singer. I don't think. You know what I mean? I just don't think he should. It's fine.
You said it, man.
I don't know.
That's one of the best things that's going on right now. It's one of the best. If you're looking for something to laugh at, that Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is some of the only positive news that we have. I mean, I'm not even making that up. There's not a lot of positive news, but this isn't going to hurt anybody. Like, I mean, really, it's not a murder trial. It's just a fucking disgrace. And Johnny and everyone's like secretly coming back on Johnny's, not even secretively. Like people are like just jumping, just jumping in the wagon, like fucking hey, back on Johnny's bandwagon. And like I said, they'll make another Pirates movie. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. I hope he does something like, I don't know. It'd be funny if he kind of made a movie about this.
It'd be funny if he played Amber Heard. Put a blonde.
Oh my God. What if, all right, let's just get stupid for a second. What if he played both characters? I mean, he knows what happened. Or if he's like, all right, Amber, look, I got a deal. Like, you and I will play ourselves and we'll make the money back. You know what I mean? And then you can jump off a cliff. But first, we'll go ahead and we'll do this movie. Like, that would be neat. Like, if they like really did a movie reenacting, like her pooping on the bed, the whole nine, because somebody's going to take this shit and run with it. No pun intended. But someone is going to be like, you know what? There's a story here. Enough people know what this is. Someone's trying to get the rights as we speak to be like, I want to make this stupid movie. They made the Pam Anderson documentary. They reenacted all that.
Yeah, the show. It was a show. Yeah.
Yeah, on Hulu. But it just, for me, it was like they were a little late to the party, because only people like our age and up, it didn't get everybody. Not everybody
knows who that.
Baywatch isn't on the air anymore. No one's a big fucking Crew fan anymore. So,
well, it's not on the air, but it is on TV. And when I leave the house, I turn it on for my dog. And I've been doing that for like a year. Every day I go to work, I turn on Baywatch and I leave, and she just hangs out with those beach babes,
She hangs out with the beach babes.
True. I'm gonna do it today.
That's funny. All right, well, it's still on, so maybe it worked. But I think it'd be funny if they made a movie about that. I mean, they did do a movie together, but it wasn't about how fucked up they are. It's just really neat that everyone's like, like, oh, Johnny's on coke, and they're talking about this shit in court. He's just like, yeah, I did coke out of a fucking wine bottle, so what? Like, it's no big deal. Like, people are just, and then like regular civilians are like, Jesus, it's like, this is how we live. Like, this is how most people live. We just happen to be famous, so people give a shit. But most people do this.
Well, and he's not, he's not shying away. He's like, when you're that famous, everyone knows your fucking business. And now he's like really airing it, and he doesn't really give a shit. He's like, yeah, I drank a whole bottle of wine. He's like, I never hit her, but yeah, I fucking beat up a hotel room. I've never slapped, but I've definitely slapped some cabinet doors around, Right.
And if a chick shit on your Sealy Hot Posturepedic, you do that too.
Yeah. It's yeah. Like I've never hit her, but I've definitely punched some walls. Was she around? Sure. Was I dressed up like a pirate when I was doing it? Yeah. But
I would be. That's something that would bother me. Like if being a movie star, and this shit happens where you hook up with some chick just cause, and they're like, do the voice, and you're like really? Like, I'm gonna charge you extra.
Yeah. But with him, you don't have to, because he's just turned into that character. That is just who he is now.
I think
he's so close to that character that it's like
Well, you spend enough time playing other people, you eventually just become one of them. And I
Yeah.
think that he's played that character more than anyone else. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. He's fallen into that.
Well, he's definitely like who he is now. It seems like he's somewhere in between Hunter S. Thompson and Captain.
And Jack Sparrow, right? And that's an awesome fucking blend.
He's somewhere between a maniac and another maniac. Like,
That's fucking cool. But it was just neat just to see him sit there with so much confidence. He's like, you just tell, like, he's like, I really didn't do anything. Like, it just his demeanor, like the way he's not concerned. And that's a very rare feeling that you see when you look in the courtroom, especially if they're on the defense. Like, oh my God, they're so full of shit. Almost all of them. And the way they celebrate, anyway, I don't want to get into all that, but he seems like one of the few people that's sitting in that chair where he's like, I really don't have anything to worry about. Like, this is going my way, and they don't have any evidence otherwise because they didn't do anything wrong. So, it's just, it's like I said, it's the only good news I can think of right now. It's going around, so it's worth talking about. It's like, thanks you two. Appreciate the humor. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is kind of every once in a while cool to click on it, a video and just be like, and kind of watch a circus and just be like, at least it's entertaining.
Oh, exactly. And it's not your life. That's why we all look at it, because our lives are supposed to be mundane and no one focuses on them. So watching these people, it's like, wow, like, that's great. You're a real piece of shit.
And if you want to hear about how people's lives are mundane and boring, just watch the show.
Hey, how you doing? Hi. Well, speaking of, actually, it's not mundane and boring. Maybe the more exciting part of our show. We're going to talk about music.
About time.
So we chose this week's band is, well, it was your choice, so I'll let you do the thing.
It was the band was Meshuggah, and the album was Immutable. How do you fucking say it?
I say Immutable, like
Mutable. It is
unable to mute is what I imagine it means, to silence.
It might mean that too, but what the definition I read was that it means the same every time.
Of course you fucking looked it up. Why can't we just imagine what it means?
Oh, I thought you were.
I didn't look up the word, but anyway, all right, fine. So it has nothing to do with what I thought.
I like how you're disappointed about the actual.
I'm somebody's bitch. No, yeah. Cool. I mean, what do you do you want to talk about it, or you just want to? Do you want to know how I felt? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to run over you like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, in any case, if I'm being honest, like, I guess it took me a minute to get into it because it's definitely like one end of the spectrum of intense, and the yelling, like, I mean the singing. Sorry, I'm more, at this point in my life, I'm definitely a full-on pothead, and I like the Melvins and shit like that's probably as heavy as I go. And I've never ever been a huge Meshuggah fan, just because to me they are like a million miles an hour. It's like sitting on the front of a freight train, like, or a bullet train. To me, it's just like, shit, man, the whole time. But with that being said, I did listen to the album. I did find some tracks that I did find two that I listened to it twice. And I did find two tracks that I would jumped out at me more than others. And I'm just being fair. I mean, I'm not being long story. Let me see. Hang on. It's two off this album. Shit.
Well, I'll say it like when you're that, I'll say I didn't expect you to like just be like, oh, I fucking love it, because I know that you kind of like, you like some metal, but you don't like it all metal, and the metal you do like, it's like more stoner metal that like bit more like. And I like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the like craziest you get is maybe Slayer. And
and I haven't even put them. I mean, I'm starting to digress, but yeah, you're right. That would be about the heaviest I would go.
And that's like, and that's your younger self. That was probably more in the Slayer. I would
definitely.
So I'll be honest, me picking Meshuggah is kind of like trying to throw a curveball at people, basically. That's
fair. Yeah, because it's definitely an acquired taste. Most people aren't,
and I just want to know what people think. You don't have, no one has to like it. I don't care. I fucking love it. And that's all, to me, that's all that matters, is my opinion. So.
Well, I think that, and of course, the point of our show is to listen to shit that we may not necessarily be into. It's not something I would put on, and so that was the purpose, was for me to, if I'm being 100% honest, I didn't want to listen to it. I heard it like the day after, and I was like, I go to the gym at 7 a.m. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing this. Like, give me some Jimmy, give me some Hendrix, something. But there's something to be said about, like, not to say force it, but pushing yourself to listening to something that you don't necessarily want to hear, if that's fair. And after giving the whole album a run through, I did it again, and I found two that I did like. In all honesty, like, no shit, like, these are two songs I've saved, and they'll come on my playlists, and I'll listen to them. Mm-hmm. I've always said, if you give me a genre like metal, and if people always say with genres, if they're not into the genre, they usually say they all sound the same, right? That's something you'll hear someone say from a genre that doesn't usually like it. So I go for songs that sound a little different, a little bit more out of the norm as far as on the album goes, like the ones that have, it's not the lyrics for these guys. It's definitely not the lyrics that do it for me. It's the playing. The playing is amazing. Like the drums, you've pointed out I think this is the band where you told me about the drummer a long time ago, and like the way they drum, or maybe I'm wrong, but that shit's crazy. The music sounds great. You can read the lyrics now, so I'm reading the lyrics, but I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I really don't. Like, I understand it's written in English, but I'm just like, all right, yeah, I get it. But with that being said, the two songs that I liked were Ligature Marks and God He Sees in Mirrors.
Yeah.
I just picked them because I like the music, if I'm being honest. Like, they sounded great. And I own a Meshuggah CD. Like, I bought them and listened to them before.
Right.
But as I think it's funny to me. It's a true testament to age, maybe that some of us just get softer, like myself. It's just like, yeah, I listen to a lot of jazz now. It's like, you fucking pussy.
And that's the thing that's true. But like, when you think about it, like Meshuggah, they're in their 50s. So it's kind of, it's a funny thing though, right? It's like, when you're the listener, you're like, I'm starting to calm down. I'll listen to jazz. But then the people that are playing the music, they're like, they're old men. They got long gray hair, gray beards,
Right, but I mean, to that fact, and I'm not saying this about every band, but here's a reason that I kind of got tired of Slayer, as you mentioned earlier. You're right. That was the band that put the hook in me when I was a kid. I was 16, and it really caught my eye. But these days, the lead singer, for all the shit he sings about, I mean, they're done now, but the lead singer, he goes to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you, at some point in your career with Slayer, you didn't believe in this shit anymore either. Not saying that these bands, but I mean, even people change. Even if you're in a band that plays heavy fucking music for 40 years, you built a band. That's your company. That's your job. But I wonder if you like, I'm not saying, I don't know what these guys are singing about. The fucking Slayer, they're talking about, they're talking about the devil and God and all this other crazy shit. So it's just ironic, that he's like, actually, I do believe in Jesus. So it's like, oh, all right. This isn't that intense then. This is horse shit. Like, you stop doing coke and realize you're actually, yeah. But these dudes, like I said, I'm not banging on them, but I wonder, just as independent people, if when they were in their 20s, they were heavy into this shit, their influences, and made this music. But now when they're in the bus together, they're like, how about some Lenny Kravitz?
Right.
I don't know.
I'm sure it's not Lenny Kravitz, but
You're sure it's not Lenny Kravitz. All right, man. Now we're on a mission. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna like, listen, I know you guys are cool, but I'm sure you all shop at grocery stores, take care of your families, and have mellow lives one way or the other. Who's a Kravitz fan? Now, I'm gonna find out.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got a good point. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're not like listening to brutal metal all the time. and I'm sure they're like listening to fucking like Neil Young and shit like that, just
all
music that,
kinds of shit, every music, right? Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But I do, like I said, not my cup of tea, but still
Mhm.
found something I could dig in there.
Right.
That's the mission, in my opinion. Find something you like. See if you can find something you like in an album that we present. So I did.
Um, if I were trying to describe Meshuggah, their more recent albums, especially, but as a whole, I would describe Meshuggah as a more heavy Tool. That's how I would describe Meshuggah. Because if you really listen to their music, there's a lot of like like melodic sounds,
There is.
like and stuff that kind of sounds um like sci-fi-ish, like there's a lot of like noises, a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
like
It's
Tony,
not right. There's layers.
um ominous almost, and like their their imagery is very druggy, very like it seems like it's very DMT like, just like Tool is. Like I'm looking at a Meshuggah poster right now, and it's very like when they made whoever made this art, they were definitely like high at some point and just like looking and being like, oh, there's a man on fire that has a fire penis and he's holding a knife. That's what the poster is, like
Right. Fire penis. Ouch.
so I don't know, like that's how I describe Meshuggah, is a much heavier Tool, like very like a lot heavier. But
Well, then
um
that's good news for me, because that means as they continue to get older, I might get into them more. In all seriousness, because Tool has softened.
yeah.
Yeah, these aren't snap-on tools anymore. We're talking more Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
So, they I had to make a tool analogy. Sorry, I just had to put it in there.
No, that makes sense. That's right there. With Meshuggah, they're a kind of band, the knock on wood, that they're never gonna like change that much, because they, to what the name of, what immutable means, the same every time. And that's kind of what Meshuggah is. Like they never have ever had an album where there is clean singing. The closest it's ever got is like on this album when he does like that scary speaking,
Yeah.
like, and that's like the closest to singing that Meshuggah will ever get. It's always going to be brutal and heavy, but also eerie and kind of scary. I don't know if you took that from it, but like there's some tones and just like sounds that they use that makes the music sound almost like you're worried, like something like, I don't know. Sometimes when I listen to Meshuggah, I think something they make it sound like something catastrophic is going to happen, like to the world, like an ocean is going to, like a mountain's going to fall into the ocean. Like it's so heavy and it's kind of scary. Like that's where I go. Like it's kind of like it's very intense music.
Right. Well, I would say this about the imagery. I don't know if you saw it, but when you listen to the music on your phone, it shows videos sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you catch any of those?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was that the imagery of like all the people like floating,
Yeah.
like, in a white and gray environment. Like I like that. That imagery was really cool. I think if I'm being honest, I think this is a band that I would want to go see live,
Oh yeah.
just to get I don't know, like who knows, maybe you know what I mean? Like it's not, I don't hate them. I really don't. I'm not, there's other bands that I don't want to see. Like if I'm being honest, like Five Finger Death Punch, like other stuff. I have people in my family who are into that kind of stuff, and this is different. This is different than that. Like they want to throw all that shit in one pile, but Meshuggah is not that. It's its own thing. I mean, I'm sure there's other bands that sound like them. I don't know them, but to me, like I wouldn't put it in that pile. And there's a lot of those bands I'm not into. I don't know how you describe those bands. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
oh yeah, no. There's a difference between treasure and garbage.
wait, Well, wait, yeah, but there's a lot of bands on that list. So we'll never play. I mean, I don't imagine unless someone suggests one of them. I don't know that we'll ever listen to them. But
No,
like,
there's a difference between hard rock and like radio rock, because that's what
yeah,
Five
yeah,
Finger.
right. Like Disturbed. Like remember,
That,
there's a
that,
modern Disturbed, I think, and I don't like that shit. And there's like a
well, I mean, there's a difference between real metal
and
and
then that and then
hard.
whatever radio metal. Yeah, yeah. I don't like. I don't like that. I don't even know
There's a
if it's the music as much as it like it's metal, but then like he's up there like singing almost like country, you know, like a sad fucking I don't know. There's something that just it bothers me. It just makes me feel like a redneck. And I don't know. I just don't want to fucking do it. I feel like I got a gun rack behind my head. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's like that's some of that shit, not this, but a lot of people think this is all lumped in with that shit. And that stuff is like it's the what people who listen to country music listen to when they're pissed off at their girlfriend, you know what I mean? Or it's just I don't like all that shit. The playing is but the lyrics are like yeah, no, not into that. So I prefer Meshuggah over that stuff, but Meshuggah's a million miles an hour.
Meshuggah's a real metal band.
Yeah.
Disturbed, Death Punch, that's just hard rock garbage.
Okay, gotcha. So what was help me out here real quick then, maybe this will help some people that are still watching it if you're still on board. Can you give me an example from the 90s other than Slayer, or not, maybe not the Slayer at all, an example of Meshuggah out of the 90s, like before another band that was big, or as big as, I don't know, who would you compare them to?
Just the top. I mean, there could be a few, but top of my head, I would just say like Pantera, like that, because
cool.
like Pantera has like that groovy, heavy metal, like it has like that,
yeah.
and Meshuggah has that too.
And
like
and you know, I'd say they're both unapologetic. Like you said, there's no clean lyrics in Meshuggah, like that kind of thing. Like that Pantera was also, like, in my opinion, unapologetic. Like this is what we have. This is the shit we're gonna say. You stick to your brand. You know what I mean? You don't.
But Meshuggah started around the same time Pantera did too. Like Meshuggah since like late 80s. I think they started around 87, 86.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, I know they've been around, but I mean, they were obviously, okay, let's put it like this. Like they were probably opening for bands like Pantera.
Sure. Yeah, probably.
Right. And that's what I'm getting at. Like there's to me, it's like, I just don't want to hear whiny, what'd you call it? Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say Disturbed was? That's metal or not metal?
It's hard rock. Just
okay,
hard
thanks.
rock.
Thank you. Yeah, it's hard rock. I don't, yeah, some of that shit I'm not so much into, but yeah, I would go see these guys in a show with you. I'd definitely go check it out. You know I would. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and
blow my fucking ears out.
they're great live. I've seen them a couple of times. They're awesome.
What do they, as far, how would you describe the live show? Is it is just them on stage, or do they try to give you a show? Do they play any crazy shit behind them?
They definitely have some like I've seen some footage of their tour now, and there's some imagery behind them. Yeah. They always have big like artwork and tapestry like behind them, some stage props that like just have their artwork on it. And like when I saw them, they had that they were touring their last album. It was called The Violent Sleep of Reason. And that was, and they had, had some like their artwork out on the stage, but what they're known for, at least what I've seen, is like you don't see their face very often. Like, because they have, when I saw them, and they're still doing this, is they have these big golden lights that are shining to the beat of the songs.
Like
and
at the audience? Gotcha.
They're like big golden, almost blinding lights, and there's like eerie fog everywhere, so you really can't see them very well. Like, and it's kind of cool because it fits the music. It's kind of eerie, almost scary. And like in a Meshuggah show, there's a little bit of moshing, but it's mainly people like just baying. Like it's just a lot of grooving. Like, and people that like Meshuggah are like metalheads, of course, and then people that are musicians. Like a lot of drummers go to see their show because they're like, you got to hear this fucking guy. Like, like, like Bill Burr talks about going to see Meshuggah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and he was standing next to Danny Carey, you know, drummer of Tool. Standing next, and I think they were there together probably, and they were standing next to. He was talking about like being next to Danny Carey, and then he like kind of looks over, and Danny Carey's going like this, like mouth wide open, just like what the like he was. So when someone like Danny Carey's floored, you know that those guys are doing something different. Like they're like, this is like, they're real musicians. Like they're fucking crazy. They're doing crazy things that like people that just like the music, not all of them could understand it. You know, like exactly what they're doing. There's more pieces to the puzzle, and I think
it's like saying the drummer is or the band is a comedian's comic, if you will, like like that kind of thing. Like, you know, they're so fucking good that other musicians go watch them to learn and awe. And that's why I said the playing isn't bad. The only thing that always fucked me up was when like you said, he doesn't sing normal. He's doing his thing, and it's just the lyrics. It's the way the lyrics are presented. That to me, it's just like, it just feels like a customer's yelling at me, and I mean no offense to that. That's just how it feels, you know. And like the playing I like, but I've never been into like for that, just not to sound, you know, typical, but just to sound like yelling. Just being honest, that's never been my thing. But it doesn't mean I wouldn't go see him live. And like I said,
I tell you someone that's a big fan of metal, and I would peg myself as a metalhead. That's really what I listen to.
Right.
This singer of Meshuggah, cream of the crop, top of the heap as far as metal vocalist. Like, he is very precise. He's got a great metal voice. To me, it doesn't sound just like yelling. And I know that's like a lot of people think, and that's fine.
We all say that, and I understand that, but
to me, it doesn't sound like that. To me, this is like, he's like, doesn't get really much better than that. Like,
fair enough.
He's not just like I don't know. Try right now. Try to go like to do not just yell, but try to like do like a metal vocal. Like,
yeah, I don't want to. Like, I don't want anyone to have to do that. It sounds fucking painful. Like, and like, all right.
Like just did like, it doesn't, to me, that doesn't sound anything like what he's doing. You know what I mean? So it's like when people say they're just like, I get it, but you really, I don't know. You got to submerge yourself into that world and into that music, and really understand it, I guess.
Right. But and the whole thing is like, I'm the person on the outside who's not a big fan of it, and I'm saying the same typical shit that everybody else is who's not a big fan of it, and you're saying what everyone says who's actually into that type of music. And that's it's totally fair. And that's why I think it's fucking cool that you picked this album and that I'm not crazy about it and you are, because it shows both sides. If anyone's watching this show, watches this episode, we're both represented. Both sides are represented here. You know, I mean, it's fair. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I turned it on. I'm like, give me more. It's like, all right, I got to be fucking fired up for just to hear it. But it's not, I mean, no disrespect. Yes, it's fucking great. They have fans. They make a living. Awesome. But I've never been like, the Slayer's about as heavy as I ever went. And that motherfucker, I could hear him talking about, I heard him say, I know what he was saying. And it wasn't shit that I cared. I mean, I don't give a fuck, like the world rain in blood, like, whatever, blah, 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 you know, magic out of my dick. It's just a distraction. But I like to hear the words. I just do. And once we get past that level, then you just, you lost me. I listen to the music, but I'm not, I might as well be listening to it in Spanish. It doesn't matter. That's just where I'm at. You know, I was just, I grew up with fucking Billy Joel in my ear and fucking Fleetwood Mac and beautiful melodies. So to me, like that doesn't do it for me. If I don't know what you're saying, I don't bother. It could be fucking hip hop, whatever it is. If I don't know what you're saying, I don't, it's like, you lost me there, but maybe the music's cool. And the music is really good. Just gonna say that. But as far as, and I've read the lyrics, and I'm just like, all right, cool, but what? You know what? You know what I mean? Like most musicians are like, this is where I'm at. I'm in this heavy space, and you're like, yeah, I don't know. But like
Right.
I said before, just to reiterate, no disrespect, awesome. And I would see them live. I'm curious. I'll say this album made me curious. And that's a good thing. At my fucking age, with closed-minded shit creeping right around the corner, it's nice to say that. I'd be like, yeah, I would actually go see this shit. I want to see it. I see them open for somebody or somebody open for them. I don't care. But yeah.
Yeah, and to me, my opinion on this album, like I've already stated that I love Meshuggah, but this album, to me, is a masterpiece. It's like
That's
I heard it and I was like fucking blown away. I
Well,
think
I'm jealous then, honestly, because, and nothing, I don't mean against this. You like these guys, so to you, like, this is a fucking gift. You know what I mean? Like, here you go. But I haven't had one of my favorite heavy bands do anything. They all sound like they've been high as shit the last 5 years. They're all fucking comatose. So
right.
it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm stoked for you. You know what I mean? It's like, good. You got a fucking gem out of it. No offense to Tool, but Fear Inoculum, fuck you. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not into it. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna go on a small tangent. That's fucking soft poop right there. I'm not into it. I don't want the fucking album. Everyone who's a goddamn Tool fan knows the only fucking song that was worth the shit on that album was Tempest, because it sounded like old Tool. Maynard's losing his fucking voice and everyone else is ready for a nap. There, I said it. But I still love Tool. But fuck that album. That shit put me to bed, and that's all there is to it. They're softening up. And that's why I have respect for something like Meshuggah, because these cats are roughly the same age, and Meshuggah's like still going, and Tool's like, I'm getting close to nap time. I'm gonna take it easy. It's like, what do you mean fucking take it easy? Like, you got us all excited. Let's go. Come on. Or just stop. Like, don't do this shit. Like, don't take me into the fucking soft side of the universe over here. Meshuggah's more like, fuck you. I'm like, yeah. Just keep doing that. Keep doing that if that's what you do. Go ahead. Don't soften up on me, damn it. Don't do that. I hate that shit. That's why I like Slayer. They just stopped. They're like, you know what? We're into Jesus. We're just going to stop. We're not going to make Jesus music. We're just going to stop. I'm like, cool. Thanks. Great. Bye. See ya. Do another reunion tour and you run out of Coke money. Whatever. That's fine. Yeah. So in that regard, I respect the fuck out of the people, bands like this who stick with their shit. And as they get older and they are hard, they've chosen hard music to play in many different ways, to sing, to play, the energy you have to fucking put out to do that on stage, all of that. Everything gets harder with age. And they're in their 50s and they're still doing it. My hat's off to them, because a lot of people are getting ready for a nap.
I'm ready for a nap.
But we need to spin the wheel. And then but anyway, let me ask you real quick, what were your favorite tracks on it, just so I can listen to them?
Favorite tracks were Broken Cog. It's the first one.
First track, yep.
Without looking at it, I'm not going to be able to remember the name, but the last one, and Phantoms, and what was the other one?
Phantoms. That was
Shortening Fuse. Lightning to Shortening Fuse, I think.
Yeah, lighting. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I'm not looking at it because I'm using my phone.
Light the Shortening Fuse. You got it right. Yeah. And the last one was pretty cool. Past tense. I thought that was like more of a come down. I like that one.
I like the first one, Broken Cog, because it has an eerie, it's kind of like, he's doing like that scary talking voice.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like Meshuggah. Like the licks are just like sharp and fucking just, yeah, it's the bee's knees, man.
Shut up, you old stack of condoms.
Stack of cock rings.
I love that. I always try to tweak it to make it sound like I just stole it, but it's fucking, oh my God. Anyway, time to spin the wheel. I'm going to read the list. And for those of you who watched the episode, thank you. As you've noticed, we started to mix it up a little bit, try to make it, just change it up. So we've mixed in a few movies and music along with just albums. So with that being said, as our lovely Vanna White rolls the table out to us,
Can you see it? Oh, good.
I can actually. Yeah. I mean, if you can bring it in a little bit more, but I can see it. That's perfect. That's fine.
And I guess we'll do an empty space where Meshuggah is.
Oh no, I actually filled it in.
Okay, cool.
So here's the list. Number 1, the Coco soundtrack, and now we're gonna do the movie when we land on number 1. Jefferson. Number 2, Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow. 3 is Ulver, Perdition City. Number 4 is An Open Space. Number 5 is Whitey Morgan and the 78s, Honky Tonks and Cheap Motels. Number 6 is Billy Joel's The Stranger. Number 7 is Open. Number 8 is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon with The Wizard of Oz. 9 is Scars on Broadway, self-titled. And number 10, this is going to be the band Green Jelly, their album 333, and we'd be watching Dumb and Dumber along with it.
Ah, cool. All right, perfect. I'm into that. And did you say that number 3 was open?
No, actually, I made a fuck up on the list. So number 4 and number 7 are the open spaces now. My apologies.
They are? Okay.
Well, hang on. I can just fix it right now. Number 3 is An Open Space. Number 4 is Ulver.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna spin it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, let's go, Coco! Yeah! I just had my funny about that stuff.
You'll need time to watch the film. 5.
5.
Whitey Morgan and the 78s. Honky Tonks and Cheap Motels.
Fucking A.
Cool. All right, that's it, folks.
That's it.
That's
baby.
The show. Whitey Morgan and the 78s, Honky Tonks and Cheap Motels. That's the album we'll listen to next week. I've never heard them, so if you haven't either, you won't be alone. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
As always, thank you for watching and listening. We really appreciate it, all 6.5 of you. If you have something to contribute to the wheel, a band and an album, or maybe a movie, just pair them up. Please, like always, comment in the YouTube on YouTube comments, or go to our Instagram titfoo69 and leave us a DM. Other than that, have a good fucking day, and we'll see you guys.
Absolutely. Feel free to always slide into our DMs. Slide right on in. All right. Look forward to y'all sliding. See you next week. Bye-bye.